here. Collusion today. Messed around with it a bit on stream, which we are still live on stream. This is the deck we've ended up with. This card is actually surprisingly good. Idea being is rather than building your whole deck around it and using tide cloaks, fire swans, cut ups, crown splitters, and blind eyes, we only really need like crown splitters, cut ups, and fire swans to get some decent value off it. So we're going to combine it with the Fallen Knights. It's a super greedy devotion syndicate list that's probably very different to a lot of the lists you've seen before that can just get off some wombo combos. So essentially, this card, to explain it, if you've got crown splitters on the board, it's going to boost an allied unit with the lowest power by 4. If you've got cut ups, it's going to damage the enemy unit with the highest power by 4. If you've got fire swans, it's going to spawn 2 zealots on a random row. If you've got tide cloaks, you're going to gain 4 coins. And then if you've got any blind eyes, each of these increases by 1. So this would do 5 boost, 5 damage, 3 fire swan zealots, 5 coins. So we're actually not including any tide cloaks in this list because it just felt too awkward to include them. But I've got lots of crown splitters, a few cut ups, lots of fire swans, and 1 single blind eye to maybe make some value off of this blind eye. So essentially, it's a crime card, so it's obviously going to proc or intimidate. We can shoot it through Furco, but also the spawning of zealots is just incredibly good with Fallen Knights. There's also a few other cute things you can do, such as this boost with the crown splitters is going to be by 4. If you've got a blind eye, it's going to be by 5. And if you've got a 1 strength Igor activated, that is going to put him back up to 6 strength, which allows you to reuse his insanity. So Igor is another card that you obviously don't see that often, but we decided we wanted to build this deck around Igor and around Collusion. And Igor has 2 amazing targets. He's got your prime target being the Fallen Knight, and also you've got the cut up lackeys off of Senior as well. So you can obviously spend the insanity with him. He's going to knock himself to 1 strength and he's going to spawn a Fallen Knight. And that spawning of the Fallen Knight is then also going to proc this Fallen Knight because you're spawning a unit, so you get a little bit of extra value there. And of course, if you've got loads of Fallen Knights, you can just get insane value off Collusion, off of these Congregation cards, as well as your Congregate leader ability. And also you've got the option there for copying cut up lackeys. So because we're going all in on these Fallen Knights, we're also using Ulrich, which makes a lot of sense in this devotion list because it's going to boost up those Fallen Knights by 2 points, putting them out of the range of a lot of those removal cards in at 6. Also, we're using the Mutants Maker, which is an incredibly good card in this deck because essentially what this deck struggles with is it struggles to win round 1. Whereas with this card, you can just not care about losing round 1. Especially if you're going second, you can just play Mutants Maker as well as Smuggle to gain some coin carryover, which is really useful with this deck. Obviously, feeding into your Igor, it can also feed into your Senior without committing your leader ability as well. So the coin carryover is really nice. We've also, for that reason, included the Casino Bouncers, which recently got buffed. This card just seeming to be really good for that thinning. And also committing to that game plan of not caring about winning round 1. So if I'm going second, I could just play like Smuggle, Mutants Maker, Casino Bouncers, and I've got 3 coins carryover and I thin my deck. Or you could play Smuggle, 2 Mutants Maker, and this Casino Bouncers, and then you're carrying over 4 coins, which is really nice. Yeah, deck feels really good. So essentially, lose round 1 is normally your objective, which seems really bad, but we just couldn't really find a way of consistently winning round 1, so we decided to just, not win round 1 and just sort of commit to this game plan. And this card just really helps out as well with then your bank is going to hit a lot of your good cards. What we found with this deck a lot of the time is if we were trying to win round 1 and we were using cards such as this Safe Cracker, I was ending up mulliganing cards like Igor, cards like Ulrich and Collusion. Whereas with this sort of game plan of losing round 1, you can keep these cards in your hand and defend the bleed pretty reasonably. Let's just get into a game and see what we can do. I think the deck's a lot of fun. Also worth mentioning this Blind Eye Apocryphy, because it's our single Blind Eye, which is going to increase our Collusion targets by 1 each. So it's going to mean that we boost by 5, which, as I said, can be really funny with Igor. Boosting him by 5, putting him up to 6, meaning that you can then reuse his insanity. It's also going to damage by 1 extra power. It's also, very importantly, going to spawn an extra Zealot, which obviously is 2 points. But then for the extra spawn card, that's improving your Fallen Knights by 1 point each. So the single blind eye adds a lot of value. And what you can do with this Apocryphy is you use the heal card. You can use the heal in the allied unit, so in the melee row. Chat's putting me off by making me laugh. But you can use this in the front row to heal up your Igor. which then allows you to use his insanity again, spawn another Fallen Knight, spawn another cut up, and then that next turn you use Collusion, which is then going to buff your Igor back up to 5 while also spawning and damaging and all that sort of stuff, and you can use Igor again. So it's a bit crazy. Obviously, lots of components sort of trying to merge themselves into one way, which I think is why this sort of tactic of, as you can see, my MMR is not good at the moment. We've been practicing a lot with this deck. I think it's all right. It's definitely ambitious, but mate, like, come on, it's fun, and it's probably not that bad at all. Like, you'll see, hopefully, the potential power of the deck. We're up against NG. Going first, I think you want to go second with this deck because you want to just play your sort of carryover and thinning cards. As we're going first, we just want to do our best to get out of this round not down a card. So Justice is going to be nice. We could also commit an Ulrich. We don't want this card. Maybe we play Furco Justice for that extra tempo. I think I'm kind of on board with that. We need as much help as we can get. So we're going to go Furco Justice. We could go Ulrich into a Fallen Knight as well. I think it's reasonable. Or maybe we kick a single Smuggle here. So, it doesn't look terrible. Honestly, I've not gone first that many times with this deck. Maybe we just start off a little bit slow with the Mutants Maker. I think it's fine. Get a wee bit of carryover. See how he's going to do. Uh-oh, Hefty Helg. Okay, so I'm already super scared of this card. I just want to get out of this round as soon as possible. I think we can risk the Ulrich on a Fallen Knight here, but then again, he's just like Attorney Just away from taking us right out. Let's just do this, innit? Let's go for the tempo we were looking for. This was the plan. God knows what my next play is. I mean, my Congregate's open. This card is a Fire Sworn. This card's super useful. It gives you a backup option on Ulrich when your hand's bricked, and it also allows you to use your Congregation for full value, which is really good. So let us see if we manage to get out of this round. That was the objective of this round one, just get out without being down a card. And I think then the objective is, if you're going second, is just play like these carryover cards like Smuggle, and also like Casino Bouncers to thin, and the Mutants Maker as well. So he's played pretty slow here. I mean, there's some merit in saying we could play Smuggle and still get out of this round. We'd go up to 23 points. 24 points. I think this is good. We could play Tiger's Eye as well, someone in chat's just mentioned, but as you can see here, we don't actually have a reliable spender. So it's going to work as carryover, but not that much else. And if you look at this hand's going to be amazing for going into the next round. Just absolutely brilliant. But obviously, if you can tempo ahead of us, maybe not. Is this enough, though? Doesn't feel like it's enough. This feels like a really weird play by my opponent here. Okay, easy pass. We managed to do what we set out to achieve, which was get out of the round. I think that's basically the objective of this deck. Like, you just can't quite get through round one without committing too many good cards. Whereas here, we're pretty happy to defend the bleed. We got 3 coins carryover, which is amazing as well. Obviously, we committed our Justice to thin, but let's calm. Definitely think it's better going second this deck. But this is fine. We did a job here. Did a job. Casino Bouncers is going to be nice to just play down first and thin without committing too much. Hand seems really good. Kind of seems difficult to kick anything. Maybe we could kick Tavern Brawl. This hand's good. Unfortunately, we're going to eat into a bit of our carryover by playing this Bouncers here. But this is also like 3 coins carryover is so nice for your senior as well. Because it just means you're not as reliant on your leader ability. And you can use your leader ability to keep these Fallen Knights alive at various points in the game. So obviously my man's committing to this round already. My man is in this round. Do we want to spend 3 coins? 2 coins on this? Not really. There's no way you can not do it, I don't think. I think you have to commit to it. I guess we could just not play this card just yet. Brick Tavern Brawl? True. So this is why Ulrich in Devotion is just so much better. We could have also played this back row potentially. But putting this up to 6 without having to invest a leader charge is kind of huge. So I think we want to dump Igor here. Just don't really mess around. Just get him down, get him value. I think it's fine. I can spend 2 leader charges and get more value off of him as well. So I could put this down, 2 leader charges, Igor. This one's then pretty safe too. Like, my man's clearly committed into this round. I think Igor's more than fine here. It's kind of a difficult target for a lot of decks to kill effectively as well. And obviously if we can find the Apocryphy, heal him up, it's going to play for a lot of value too. I don't think I've got any damage units. There's Azar, probably front row Azar. Goodness. Yo, Habla as well. Nice to see you, man. I'm just recording a video here. Mr. Habla is in the chat. Let's go. Well, my Tavern Brawl's no longer bricked. It's just not very good. Double Azar. Wow. That's quite a lot of defense. So, we could spend 2 coins and go Igor. I could also go... I think I want to spend 2 coins and go Igor.
A superb specimen, truly.
Misty, eternal fire, protect us. Fancy a game of Kaviri roulette?
Thin out. Look at this, man. Like, it's just filthy. It's just absolutely filthy. Some matchup here, huh? You don't see this one every day. Defenders versus Fallen Knights. My man's still going for it as well. Obviously, I don't have enough coins for Senior to get value. And I've got a very real danger of overswarming with this list as well. I maybe should have played this before this, to be completely honest with you. But it looks like we're fine. I guess we go Exco on this. Like, I've won this round so easily with just one little congregation. Do we really want to give it to him just yet? I don't think so. So Smuggle's also really good in this deck, as you can see. Spawning. But it's also like, if we look back at that first round, it's another way of getting carryover with your Mutants Maker. I think we're fine to play this Fallen Knight. Like, I mean, it's a lot of points in the next round, I suppose. If you imagine collusion here, I've got cut-ups, I've got fire swans. Unfortunately, I don't have my crown splitters, which is your dwarfs. But it would play for an awful lot of points if I've got a blind eye down, particularly. It would buff Igor up to 6 if I have a blind eye as well. I think we probably just play this. Like, this round's so easy. Like, look how many points this is. It's kind of stupid. Yeah, we took the safe crackers out for this card. Maybe I could have gone for the Tavern Brawl, that's true. But as you can see, this deck is kind of it's kind of stupid. He invos. I don't even know what he took. I assume it was a Fallen Knight. Take the Tavern Brawl. But this card seems really good in this deck because it just helps thin. Like, my bank is so much more consistent with an extra thinning card. It's a nice card to just dump round 1. You can spend the coin on it for the extra tempo if you want to, but it's kind of just good anyway. It's placed for 6 tempo. It's like an unconditional riders that you could also like spend 2 coins to make better. Just a really good card, I think.
Eyes closed. Now
Poisoning Igor, are we?
give what we demand, not harm a hair on your wench's head.
I would hero pass if he wasn't formation, but formation plus old matey is just gonna be too much. Yeah, you could see that Ulrich value working with Igor as well. Like, it just kind of makes sense. Like, you've got cut-ups in Igor and in Senior, as well as having 2 good targets. Senior gives you cut-up lackeys as good targets off Igor too. Also, you've obviously got Jax is now a spender. And in round 3, he's also going to gain a coin for every Firesworn you play. Which is, we have quite a lot of Firesworn cards. So we managed to defend the bleed. This is what I'm saying. Play 3 and you should be able to go in a card up a lot of the time. Just lose round 1 with 3 cards. Get some carryover as well. Jax, that's what I call him. Jaquez. Okay, I'm not sure how good the old collusion is going to be here. This does give him extra value. This is also not bad with Jax first. So collusion, we've got Crown Splitters, Firesworn. We kind of want Big Bad Boy Congregation, I think. We kick this card. I think this card's good still. Card plays for a lot of points just because of collusion. I don't know, man. Maybe we're getting baited into collusion here.
The simplest methods yield the best results.
Okay. That's fine. Rip collusion value. The collusion's looking pretty terrible, let's be honest. But if you imagine it in that last round, like, it's just kind of disgusting.
The ideal lies not. Fuck your mocking ruts. By denying penance, you confirm your guilt.
I'm a bit worried about old matey. You know old matey. Vincent. Seeing as I've got the veil now. But this card also plays for a lot of points here, just by the fact that it's getting us 4 coins. Which maybe I shouldn't be spending, because we could have spent it on Senior. I suppose is reasonable. But yeah, this is looking super sad, let's be honest. Maybe I wasn't supposed to spend straight away there.
The continent will quake beneath Nilfgaardian hoof.
It's a little bit sad, isn't it? Guess this is fine. Look at the buff on Jax though, like being able to spend is so good. If this is Vincent, we've just messed him up. We'll never know. But yeah, the Jax buff, being able to spend, and also the fact he's gaining coins. I don't know what's going on with these visual bugs, but like my MMR sucked, but I've actually climbed like quite a bit of MMR with this. It was lower before. Play another game. Let's see what we can do it. Oh guys, I've just realised I'm not even recording. I'm gonna have to just rip it off Twitch. That just is a bit aggy, but whatever. Got to hit the record button. Rip. Okay. Skellige. Here's the real test, isn't it? We're going second, so I think we can just do the play 3 thing here. Or just commit to like not playing good cards. Get some carryover. Which I've already got carryover and I've got thinning. Happy days, innit? long as I don't hit this, this is fine. Maybe I should just not do it though. Don't want to break my hand. Yeah, I'm a party. Thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it. Is Jax the best evolving card now? Wow. Don't know about that. He's very good though. Like just having like a high-end spender that you just don't feel bad about including in your deck is really huge. Damn, this guy really does have the best card back in it. Can't wait for this on my Kelly decks. So yeah, this card just helps achieve like a hand you're looking for in round 1, going second particularly, of just like not committing to the round, getting some carryover. So I can just go Mutants Maker this, Smuggle as well if I want to. Seems good to me. Like, imagine Riders here. This card just has no downside. Running Bare Knuckle Brawler, but not Halfling Safecracker, which plays for like 11. It doesn't play for 11 in this deck, though. It was playing for like 6 most of the time. And Bare Knuckle Brawler is for your Justice. We were running Bare Knuckle Brawler, the Safecracker in this slot. But we just didn't feel like it was doing much. We were still losing the round, even when playing it. Whereas this card, we still lose the round, but it just thins the deck, which is huge. And like, look, this is beautiful, right? I'm just getting carryover. I'm spending no coins, spending no good cards, and I've just got such a good hand to resist the bleed. It's also like a big payoff for Devotion is running this card, which doesn't seem that good, but like if you look here, it's doing a job. It's also a backup Ulrich target. This is a Salamandra. This guy's still not committed enough, so I can still play this, get more carryover. Hi, Calvino. Like, carrying over coins in a Crimes deck is just so good, man. And we get to use all the best cards. Like, we've still got Penance. Obviously, no Gorge, sure, but Penance is just better than Gord, to be honest. Gord never really does a job in these sorts of decks. My man passes. Wow. He's gaining 1 point passively. I maybe just commit my Senior here, and we go for a long round 3. Obviously, I could try and bleed with Senior. So, Justice. Plus this, would that be enough? This comes in at 2 points. I think Congregation plus Justice should do it. I'm losing 1, 2, 3... or 5 points. I'm at 2 points. I need 19 points. I think we do this. This enough? Fine by me. We go for a long round 3. Obviously, like, committing Senior normally in these sorts of decks is a no-go, but we've got Fallen Knights plus Igor. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we win a long round. I kind of don't hate it. Obviously, I don't have that much. I only have, like, 1 coin carryover, but, like, ultimately, we got him to pass. It's kind of good. Tavern Brawl should be good in this matchup. Is there anything we're really looking for still? There's a few cards. I think we keep this. I like this hand. So normally you wouldn't expect to win round 1. Normally you'd expect to lose round 1. That's also another thing this card does. The Insanity gives it, like, makes it a good Senior target, because you don't actually have to. Your leader's not tied to Senior that much with this card and this card as well. This card even made more sense there. Got us a lot of value. Our deck is nicely thinned. We've still got the Justice. We've got Ulrich. Collusion joins the party. I guess we're kicking Smuggle here. I've got 1 coin, I think, for Igor at the moment. Igor's kind of bad here. Maybe I need this card still. Maybe this is overswarming us as well. I want to say it is. Ah, bad draw, man. I was looking for Furco, I was looking for Bank, I was looking for Excommunication, the Blind Eye. Yeah, I think this might be our loss. I don't know. We'll play this first. We just missed too many good cards, I think. Mainly this, but yeah, this as well. Furco. I mean, this does help our collusion, but it's probably going to die. I mean, I've got this anyway, haven't I? So collusion, still looking good, because we're still going to have a cut up, most likely, unless this dies. We're still going to have Fire Sworn. And of course, I've got Crown Splitters. We're still getting these 3 tags. It's just the Blind Eye we miss. So it's going to boost by 4, damage by 4, spawn 2 Zealots. Yeah, I should, like, this card is crazy. I should have probably kept it. I'm just worried I'm going to overswarm. But I'm not sure I actually will. Against Skellige, I think it was probably a misplay. It is a money card. There's also an interesting dilemma with Jax. Obviously, we spawn 2 units, which gets us loads of Fallen Knight value. But equally, like, he now has this gain a coin whenever you play a Firesworn card. Which we have lots of. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 4 coins. I think it's probably better to do it the other way, though. This could get decoctioned, I suppose. This is why we just really could have done with the Tsar. All these cards are kind of just a pain. We buff it up to 5. Play around Stunning Blow. But there's normally just all sorts of removal, unfortunately. Damn SK, man. We just needed this Czar, I think. He's probably got Champion of Champions as well. So maybe we play this first. So, yeah, I think this card was kind of important for this one. I'm not sure how effectively they can get through it. I'm sure they can get through it. But yeah, SK just seems to have all the answers, unfortunately. A raid card from your deck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, what? Oh, because it's Bloodthirst? God. This deck's so overpowered, it hurts. Jeez. Yikes from me, guys. I'll be honest. Give what we demand. Not harm a hair. Okay. I guess I go Jax next.
A superb specimen. True.
How do they pull Harold? Because he has bloodthirst from his leader. Things seem to be going poorly. I mean, yeah, this deck's just broken though. Like it's actually better than it was before the patch, which is yeah.
Too shabby. Not shabby at all.
The simplest methods yield the best results.
Well, this was fun. Wasn't this fun, guys? Guys? We're only 7 points down, in fairness. We're doing alright. We are doing alright. Oh, if it kills one of these, I'm so sad, because I might... Ah! So I should have just played this first. Just throwing away 2 points here. We're only 10 down. We're only 10 down. Skel! I think we lose, but not by that much, honestly. If I just found like a Tsar. Pretty sure we had this. Lost by 11 points. I think that's a really good effort, man. I think that's a really good effort. Obviously, yeah, the ping as well of Fallen Knight. We lost like at least 6 points off that. Honestly, I think we were really unlucky there. Like if our hand was slightly better, if we had something else, if the ping didn't hit us, I think we maybe had that. Dragon.
Slow, ain't ya?
Okay, up against Hidden Catch. Let's see how we do. Okay, so we're going second. So we just want to do that same thing of probably not playing any good cards. Get some carryover. And we don't want to brick this. And we've got 3 cards to play, so we go Mutants. We play this first, actually, and then we go Mutants and then Smuggle. So we thin and we get carryover of 3 points carryover, which is really nice.
Sleep, my champion. Rest now.
Fancy a game of Kaviri roulette?
So obviously instead of this card, you could have that new Halfling card, which is really good. Which would have played for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would be at 8 points, so it's a great card. But do we win the round with that? Like, how would I win the round with a hand like this? I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I'd still lose to like almost every deck. If you imagine Monsters, Thrive, NR with AA.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
It just wouldn't happen. We would still lose. Which is why we play these carryover cards, because even though we lose, like at least it gives us something to hang on to. It means we could senior next round without committing leader, which is pretty good. This card would also be great in this deck. And there is some merit in actually trying to run this deck in like a different leader ability as well. Like it's possible he passes after this play, but we'll be fine. Okay, nice pass for us. He's got the Fallen Knight von Hurst combo. I wonder if our mulligans let us down there as well. But I think that last game we can blame on Harold ping plus like not drawing that well. And obviously SK is just kind of nuts. I still think we put up a very good fight. Our collusion got countered as well because of no Furco. Like, even Furco would have just added like 6 points onto that. In fact, that's not even true. Not even true. Okay, we'd expect this guy to push a fair bit. I think Furco plays some of these grime cards for us a little bit. We'd like to find like an Azar. Okay, so this is where this card does absolutely... Oh no, we've got... This card stinks the gaff out when you don't have Igor, but we've got Igor, so it's actually a great find here. Also, maybe I should have kept the Smuggle, but I was thinking I could just play it through Leader here. This is where Smuggle would just be a really nice card to just dump down without committing much. I think this is fine though. It's obviously a big commitment. I think it's fine though. Also, Philippa on Igor's got to be quite scary in this matchup, I suppose. I think I'm not supposed to have kicked this Smuggle. Like, this would have just been a nice card to just put down without committing much. So he's just going to pass now. Again, Smuggle here would have been perfect. I could have obviously gone for Furco Smuggle, but... So I think I missed Mulligan. Kicking the Smuggle was incorrect. It's kind of like the perfect time to Smuggle. Gets me that 3 coins carryover again. Just a bit of a waste to have that card in my deck and not use it there, but hi-ho. Definitely learning how to play with this one still. We don't want this card in hand for sure. Azard's brilliant. That seems really good. No Senior. No Jax. I think we can work with this though. There's actually an argument as well to be defending the back row rather than the front. Because your Furco and your Justice sort of take up one space in the front here. So maybe Azar in the back's better. I'm anticipating this not to stick though. I'm expecting Ewald to come in kind of soon. And we do lack removal in this deck. It's definitely one thing we lack. Okay. Sure. Again, I wish I put this back row. It might mess me up quite a lot. So 2, 4. Do I need to buff this up by 1 just in case he Ewalds now? 2. Yeah. Again, bit annoyed with myself for putting this front. I would like to have been back row here. Obviously doesn't Ewald, that's calm, but we had to play around it just to be safe.
Looks like some light breathing.
Officials charge out. Mop up the blood slick.
Hey. You can see why I'm kind of screwing myself over with this defender placement here, for sure. Because I've got 2 row locked front units. Actually 3. But definitely don't do what I've done, play at the back. So Igor's dead. Rip Igor. Do I want to spend 3 coins on this? Maybe I do. But I need to use this first, so no I don't. I just actually boost.
Genius must not be restrained.
Do we want a full leader here? Doesn't really do much for us. Yeah. We sort of knew this was coming, but we can't really do anything about it.
We've all a bit neath the boot, some stain on our conscience.
Okay, so... Kind of just need to take this out. Feels pretty bad, but... So obviously Philip is still scary as well, for sure. We could bank here to try and find Senior. Senior would be pretty good here. Lots of crimes left in hand. Maybe we just go Justice first though, just to thin a bit. Presses perfectly at 8, ready for that Philippa. Nice. At least he spends all his coins, I suppose. Okay.
My collection's pride. Ever witnessed anything equal?
Oh no, misplay. Misplay. I've just taken away my collusion value quite a bit. Oh, rip. I forgot about collusion. No. I should have gone here. This was the play here. Leave the blind eye. The blind eye was getting me 1, 2. Yeah. 5 points. I mean, this is probably going to die anyway, is it? Or not? That's a bit of a rip, man.
The ideal lies not.
I guess I would have lost a point on penance. No, that's not true because I would collusion first. So yeah, I've definitely thrown away a couple of points. So collusion also helps your penance here. So it's adding a point to penance. 1, 2, 3. It's actually adding 2 points to penance. Obviously working with Fallen Knight. I should have had like an extra Fire Swan coming in. Basically, I threw away, what, 1 point here, 2 points on the Zealot. So 3, 4, 5. I threw away 5 points on my collusion. Still did a fair bit though, didn't it? Let's be honest. I threw away 5 points, so I should be at 71 right now. I guess I wouldn't have as many of these though, so I lost not as many points as I was first thinking. But we still lose, unfortunately. It was a solid effort, I think. Did I miss much? Not really. We kind of got everything. My ordering was a little bit dodgy. Yeah, GG. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream there. It's very, very warm. And I've been streaming for 7.5 hours. Thanks for chilling there, guys. This deck's fun. It's not that good though, is it? It's alright. When it works, it's pretty donny. But it's very easily answerable, I think.